Well, I'm 13 minutes from the race, and I think through my whole driving experience, this has been the heaviest rain so far, and the darkest clouds. Oh my God. You guys will be ready for one badass video. Look at that. Oh, you can hear the rain. And we're off. This is the first race. District 14, BattleCreek. Oh, and you can't forget the mud. Never forget your mud races. It was definitely squirmy for me. I think I had about 35 or so sea riders over here. Do some quick edits to get out these slow sections, some backups and all that kind of stuff. So let's set the story tone for the people that weren't here at the race that still watch the channel. It rained all morning long. Pretty good consistent rain. And then it let up. Ah, there's a wolf sighting. Yeah, so it let up like maybe an hour and a half before the race, but basically all that rain had to sit and go somewhere. So all the damage was done for the course. I don't mind a good mud race personally, but definitely makes it challenging, and I'm not sure if it's because of my lack of not doing any working out throughout the whole winter, but this race had me whooped, and I was trying to take it easy because I knew it was going to be a long, hard race, which is really weird because I made it through polka dots tired, but I made it. This race, oh my gosh, I like literally pooped out about 40 minutes into the race, and I mean, I felt like I was gonna puke. I had to, like really kind of rest, and I usually don't do that, so fun. But I was recording my race with my Garmin watch, and my max heart rate was like 196, and my average heart rate was like 176, so I was really... Oh, here we go. Look at the guy on the back there. Oh, you might have to rewind it. He's stuck in the mud bog. And the first thing I thought of is this scene from The Never-Ending Story. Okay, yeah. I don't know if that guy ever got that bike out. He must have went in that turn so quick. And I don't know what's going on with this tape, but man, I hope... Yeah, our arrows are still going good. I don't know. I only made it one lap. Freaking, like I was saying, I was so whooped this race that my energy level went down to like nothing. And usually I can kind of push through it, but it was, I got an MRI coming up on my shoulder, and I twisted something racing that aggravated it, and I was in a lot of pain and short of breath, felt like I was gonna puke, and I was like, man. Well, I'll tell you what, in that 1 hour of racing, I felt like I did hold 3 laps because it was pretty tedious. It was slippery. For me, it was slippery.
Slippery.
Yeah, see? Slippery. So, the great debate between me, C class or going up to the B class. And I was like sitting there thinking about I was going to make a last minute decision. I said, you know what? I'm still in that C-class range. Like, I'm mid-pack, mid to late pack. Got a lot of good riders coming in nowadays. And I say, yeah, I'll do a C. I got this MRI coming up, which might take me out for the rest of the season. So the only thing I'm good at is making halfway good line choices nowadays. So I was going to go behind that guy to the right. I'm like, oh, it's nice and dry there. There's all these deep mud ruts there. I'll just go up right behind him. But I didn't know he was stalled out up there. But you can see with all the riders here and there, I wasn't the only one getting exhausted this race. So it makes me feel a tiny bit better. So I'm sure some people might want to know how the 2024 KTM 300 did. Did great. Honestly, I almost felt like I was riding my 2018 300. Only thing I really changed different was I went with the Clake left-hand rear brake compared to the Recluse left-hand rear brake. But bike handled good, had the same power, you know, so really wasn't like a huge difference. But this really wasn't the course to be trying to really compare the two. You're just trying to survive, and you were slipping and sliding everywhere. It was a very slippery course. Speaking of slipping and sliding, my buddy Deck, we walked the course. We went to the enduro section. We went to the log bridge, and particularly didn't think he was going to take it, but I think he said it just came up really quick and he was feeling confident, so he went on the log bridge. He made it 3/4 of the way and tumbled off. Tossed the bike to one side so it wouldn't land on top of him, and actually hit kind of like the incline on the hill when he landed, but he did something to his ankle. So I was already stopped from cutting my day short, and he comes hopping up. I was like, oh, that's not good. He was really limping really good. Well, he went to the doctors today. He's got a broken ankle. Oh boy, that sucks. And I was like, you know, not good. We'll see how long it takes to heal up. I'm just watching the carnage with you guys. I kind of like clipped out all the slow boring stuff, and if there's people spinning, sitting, turning, doing something, it was going in this video. For me, I can't really say I had anything like super exciting happen besides just trying to navigate the trail and trying to keep my two wheels on the ground. Didn't get stuck. Could have got stuck a couple times. One time I'm going and the guy in front of me is in a deep rut and he's going, and he stops. He probably freaking stalled out the bike or something, and so now I'm stuck right in the middle of this deep rut, and I was like, oh boy, I hope this isn't going to be one of those situations where I'm stuck now. And I had just got back a little bit of energy and had to get myself out of that, which sucked down that little bit of energy I did have. I definitely kind of think I came in this race a little overestimated in my head that I shouldn't have been working out this last month or so at least to come in and start racing. You win, you lose. It's kind of funny though, the weather actually turned out pretty decent. By the time it was 3 o'clock, it was partly sunny, felt warm, nice. I'll tell you what, the struggle is real on these, on some of these hills here and there. I don't even know what in the world I said. Actually, really wasn't getting too crazy on the throttle because, like, about part throttle, this bike was just hooking up and going. So most of that roar you hear is like me up a gear and just cracking the throttle partly. I didn't have to really get on it. I was so afraid on these fire roads that I was gonna somehow like just slip out my front and back tire out to the side and just like slide, do like a power slide into a tree or something. So I was definitely a little hesitant. And I have to give much respect to those guys that were out there just freaking balls to the wall going fast. I'm like, oh my God. No fear, no fear. This guy was gonna let me by, and I totally freaking just followed him right back into the sideline. Which, if I'm tired and I want to let some by, that's what I do. I kind of veer off to the side and let someone go by. But I kind of just went and followed him. I was looking at our next race. Shoot, our next race ain't until June, which I kind of, for some reason, thought it might be in 2 or 3 weeks, kind of how our schedule normally goes. But that will help me. I really got to get some cardio in because my heart rate shouldn't be going that high, and I should be able to kind of go through it. So I gotta look into that. I'm sometimes the sayer, not the doer, but I really know I need to, and this was kind of a wake-up call for this race. I'm trying to think of some other excitement during the race. Whenever we were walking the track earlier, I was hitting some parts of the motocross track where like kind of felt firm, and then I got off to the side just a tiny bit, and there was like 6 to 8 inches. I slid out there. 6 to 8 inches of my mud boots just going straight down. I was like, oh boy, that's gonna be fun if someone hits that and they don't really have enough speed. It kind of just throws them funny. I'm walking the dog here. It was just kind of spinning, and it seemed like the easiest way to do it. Is this my first break? I never take breaks. So crazy. Only time I take a break is after I fall. That's whenever. Oh, yep. The gloves are coming off, which means the helmet's coming off next. But I'm gonna throw up a screenshot of my heart rate. So you'll see the very high heart rate, and you'll see a little dip. That's this break, and then the second one is my next break. So yeah. My max, 196. Uh-oh. The dogs are barking. The dogs are barking. And I'm back. Had a little visitor come to the house. You know what? I totally forgot where I was with my story. Probably the second dip was my second break. And then that's when I realized, oh my gosh. I think I better call it one lap. Oh, here's what I was waiting for him to go, and I thought he had it right there. I'm like, go, go. Nope. That's all right. We'll get out. Just gotta take it slow and steady. See, look at that spin. I'm not sure if I got a rut going across the rut. But I was like, it just like spun really quick. So I'm like, okay, that's no good. Let's try one more time. Let's push. All right, there we go. We got it. All for all, didn't have any hard falls. My buddy Chris, he said he took a couple dumps, but he did pretty good for him not being happy with his performance. To me, he did good. He ended up getting second place in 40B, so that's not too bad. other buddy, Stanko. He ended up getting, I think, 5th in 40B, which kind of makes me feel bad because I should be in 40B, which, you know, I don't know. My performance was completely bad for a sea rider this race, so I'm not exactly, I guess I'm feeling bad, but not feeling too bad. Oh, yeah, here's my second break. Used up my little tiny bit of energy I had. Man, I don't know. I came in feeling good for the race, but this race, or this track with this mud just kicked my butt. With a capital B-U-T-T. I was kind of happy last night when I was looking through the results. Oh, here's the Garmin watch telling me my battery is down to 5. And honestly, it felt like it was at 5. I had 0 energy left. But yeah, so I was looking, I was like, oh, I thought I was gonna get like automatic DNF for just doing 1 lap, but there was 2 guys that didn't do 1 lap, and then maybe about 6 to 8 people in my class that just did 1 lap. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't have DNF. Well, I went on the results today, DNF. I was like, oh, that was the unofficial results yesterday. But it happens. I guess the bad thing is I can't blame my bike, I can't blame this, I can only blame me and my conditioning. But I had a good time. Actually, I had a great time. First race of the season. I don't mind a mud race. Got to catch up with friends, chit, chat, all that kind of cool stuff. Did have a nice 2-hour drive in the rain. Actually, it's 2 hours 20 minutes with about 3/4 of that just raining the whole time. So I'm like, yeah, it is gonna be a mudder. And the funny thing is, the closer I got to the race, the heavier it was, the darker it was. Yeah, I'm feeling decent here, which is kind of weird because I have like 0 energy and I feel like I'm floppy all over the place, but maybe I'm excited to see that scoring tent so I can quit. And there we go. First race of the season. Definitely hope second race, I believe in Muskegon, will be better for me. But yeah, just gotta do some conditioning. That's it. Ponying out.